All right. So, fellas, the best favor you can ever do for yourself as a man is to stay the fuck away from vagina issues. Um, and that's what I really just live by because before I became a content creator, it was real easy. You just sense a fucking vagina issue come a mile away. And when you live long enough, you just develop like a natural shutdown mechanism, for it. Um, and you just kind of abort, abort, abort. Or if it's in your personal life and personal vicinity, there's always just a way to up and leave politely without getting too deep into it. Um, However, since becoming a content creator, and because it's I deal with both men and women because that's who I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to get both sides to come to a more traditional arrangement for relationships. It's becoming more and more difficult to avoid. Not only is the effect of vagina issues becoming difficult to, or the vagina issues themselves becoming difficult to avoid. Like the Kel situation, where because she hated other females that I didn't necessarily hate on her behalf, it caused this whole rift and vagina issue, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, um, so it's hard to avoid it directly, and then it's hard to avoid it, the residual effects of it. Now, what's the residual effects of it? Okay, I give you an example, right? Let's just take this whole passport gate or SYSBM or thing, right? So, a woman doesn't like another woman, or another group of women, right? So she goes to a guy. Now, just by going to this guy, it means that she kind of sees him as a simp already. Just kind of, right? Or maybe I don't know the extent, but to even think that this would work means that she doesn't feel that this guy is entirely savvy to their manipulations. I shouldn't even say simp. They don't really see this guy as entirely savvy to their situations. So they just go to this guy and say, oh yeah, I hate those foreign girls. They're not even American, and they get treated like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and they ratchet and this, and this. And basically, that's just her way of seeing if you mirror the same sentiment. Now, it's a win, lose, or draw, negative, positive, or zero scenario that you have on your hand there. Because you can, here are your options. A, agree. Yes, I hate whatever you hate. Now, of course, she doesn't actually respect that because she just manipulated you easily. Like, you just made her issue yours, and you denied yourself an entire, not country. And what I mean by that is you just denied yourself an entire world of countries other than your own of women just to appease the one that is present and apparent in front of you is what you did. And she knows that she manipulated you into doing that. Therefore, she doesn't really respect you as a person. She sees you as somebody that's malleable. Um, so, that's option A. Option B is to say, fuck what you want. You don't get to dictate what my dick takes. Listen, if I want to put my penis inside I don't know, a Cambodian fat single mother who was training her entire life to go to Japan to be a sumo warrior, then that's my fucking business. Now, if you do that, if you take plan B and say, hey, look, you're not going to dictate what my dick takes, then you're a simp. Or at least you'll say that you're a simp or something like that. Because, you are protecting a group of women that you may or may not be interested in. But really, you're protecting your right to have your own fucking interest. So that's plan B. And then plan C is to just abstain from the conversation altogether. And, that was generally, in real life, that's generally my route. Because I know where this leads, and it's never a good thing. It's never going to be a positive. A and B are both fucked up, and you're better off leaving the shit alone. C used to be so easy. So easy. It's just like, look, that's a vagina issue. I don't have shit to do with it. Like, yeah, but you don't like such and such because of such and such and such and such, and I don't like her because her tits are too big. Okay, that's a vagina issue. You don't like her because your tits are too big, and that's your issue. I like big tits, but hey, you don't, unless they're yours. Okay, my bad. I had to pause for a second because the lawnmower people was coming by, the landscaper. So, yeah, I had to take care of that. So, yeah, I like big titties. And, one woman is saying, look at her with her tits out. She's showing way too much cleavage in that dress. Look at that dress. Oh, my God, Becky, look at her tits. It's just so big. It's just so round. Vagina issues, stay the fuck out of it. Truth be told, there's really only 3 scenarios about what you're willing to fuck when it comes to 2 women and their vagina issues. You either want to fuck both of them, you want to fuck one of them, or you don't want to fuck either of them. Those are the only 3 options. If you want to fuck both of them, you won't by interfering with the vagina issue. If you want to fuck one of them, the one who's bringing the issue to you, just shitting on the other chick, reducing your options in her eyes is not going to get you to fuck her either. So yeah, you lose out in that regard as well. And if you want to fuck the other chick, but you feel that the one who's bringing the issue up to you, you have a better chance because she sensed your jealousy. Wrong. You just shit on a person that you do want to fuck for somebody that you didn't want to fuck, and you wound up fucking nobody. Stay the fuck away from vagina issues, or else you'll be that dude. If you ever wonder how a dude would go like from red pill to, just being like completely concerned with women's issues and how they feel, that's because he gets himself involved in vagina issues. Like, oh yes, I as a dark-skinned woman do not like those light-skinned women. Oh yeah, I hate those light-skinned bitches. I think that these girls are just too focused on their looks. Oh yeah, I hate pretty bitches. And all of a sudden, their worldview mirrors theirs. I don't like women who are too salacious on Instagram. Like, oh yeah, I hate those bitches. Ever notice how when a vagina issue comes, now that y'all know what it is, ever notice how when a vagina issue comes up, it's always somebody who's not like themselves? It's something like I don't like those geniuses. But I don't like stupid women either. Like, she's stupid. Oh, she thinks she's so smart. No, what you need is the just right amount of intelligence. An IQ that just so happens to be exactly mine. I don't like those nerdy girls, those overzealous PhD. Look at how accomplished I am. I am the top researcher at the Lawrence Livermore laboratories, and I have this. Yeah, I hate bitches like that. I also hate those fucking bimbos. No, I just want it just right. Oh yes, I hate those pictures. I hate those chicks with those slutty Instagram pictures, but I also hate the ones who just dress up like a nun. I think that you should just show like just the right amount of cleavage, and anybody else is fucking shit. Anybody else is a tramp or a prude. You just have to have the right balance, and I'm it. But so I want you to hate everybody but me. Doesn't guarantee that you'll be with me. So when these conversations come up, it's like, we should really talk about something else. Here's a topic. I have a penis. You have a vagina. Depending on where you fall in that, type of interest and shit like that. But really, fellas, don't get roped into this shit. Do not get roped into these women's fucking vagina issues. It's not going to, no matter how you slice it, it's not going to like work to your favor. If a chick is 29 years old and she's saying shit like, oh yeah, those 30-year-old, those women in their 30s, they some old bitches. Those young girls, those girls in their early 20s and teens, 18, 19, they on some bimbo shit. Ever notice that? It's just a fucking cesspool of bitches just shooting down each other just to be like the primary interest. But just because they seem to be attempting to garner your interest, that doesn't mean that they're interested in you. A woman wanting you to be interested in her or her type does not necessarily mean that she is interested in you. It just means that she really wants her type promoted. Let's take Rashida, for example, or really any colorist chick. They're not, she has her light-skinned boyfriend, her light-skinned boyfriend, her light-skinned boyfriend, her light-skinned boyfriend, but she is still obsessed with men being interested in dark-skinned women. Why is that? Because they all want to make themselves the standard. And that's fine. Listen, I want the power to walk around and to be a jawline nigga, a rich jawline nigga, and fucking anybody I want to, but I understand that I'm not gonna get it, and I don't. And I understand why a woman would defend herself in a manipulation attempt to do so if she feels that it doesn't benefit her. This doesn't benefit you. Listen, if a woman is interested in you, then she would show her interest in you, not try to sway your entire fucking belief system. Part of the game is that. So, fellas, listen. Don't get mad. Don't get upset because, she's doing just what a woman does. And that's just in their nature. Kind of like it's a man's nature to do certain things that women don't find favorable. But at least some of them, the smart ones, understand it. They understand that if a man look at a nice pair of titties when he's with you, they understand that because it's in a man's nature. Don't get too upset about it, but just avoid these situations. It will never, ever, and this even goes to, fuck! Hold on. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, so, where was I? Hold on, let me pause it and see where I was at. And this even goes to the married guys. Fellas, if you're in a long-term relationship or you're married or something like that, they'll still do that. They will still do that. I seen my grandma do that shit. Not necessarily to grandpa, but just to other surrounding people, guys and women, including like the pastor, the fucking my father, the other. I'm not gonna say which one, but the other members of grandpa's lodge and shit like that. She didn't do that to grandpa because he didn't. She know he didn't play that shit, because I'll never forget. A woman came with a shorts with a pair of shorts, right? But it wasn't. It looked like skirt. It looked like a skirt because I seen it. It looked like a skirt, but it was kind of like a bloomer type deal. It looked like a skirt, but when you look closely, they were actually shorts. But they weren't like denim or anything like that. It's hard to explain because I'm not familiar with women's clothing like that. But at first glance, it looked like a skirt. They were real baggy. Anyway, grandma just like went the fuck off on this chick, this church chick, you know, and like I personally, I think I was maybe like 12 or something like that. Of course, I didn't give a shit. And I think that most of the people that she was complaining to didn't give a shit. And grandma's a great woman. She's a traditional woman and all that shit. I mean, grandpa didn't make a big deal about it, but she just went. She was on the goddamn phone about it. Like she just went the fuck off. She just went. She just like gossiped and brought in men and women and just she made sure the entire congregation. She wanted the entire congregation to be against this bitch. Or this woman, this church woman, for no goddamn reason. Grandpa, he just said, stop that mess. And she stopped. But, I mean, it's because when it comes down to, like, stop with the bullshit. This is a vagina issue. It has no bearing on anything. Who gives an entire fuck about it? And fellas, I want y'all to be more like grandpa. Just keep the shit to an appropriate, don't hate the chick, but keep the shit to an appropriate minimum. Like, don't contact me with some, such and such. I don't give a fuck about, who's fucking who and who's getting fat, okay? I really don't, So, just, unless it affects me, I don't give a shit, And don't bring me these, these awful salacious scenarios. If you see me trying to fuck a chick, I'm talking about in personal life. If you see me trying to fuck a chick, please tell me if she has herpes or some shit like that. Outside of that, I don't really care about something that you've seen or something like that. Like, I don't know. I can't even think of it. But don't, and especially if I'm not trying to fuck the person, because then it's like, why in the fuck are you telling me about this? Anyway, my soul hurt. I'm getting prepared for a next video. Check it out on my other channel. So it's gonna be about this whole light skin thing, because I sparked something and fucking with these. Well, anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it, but it'll be on my other channel. So check it out. I don't know. I might be shadow banned. All right, so this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Now this video probably was shitty because all kind of interferences, phone ringing and fucking lawnmower mowing and fucking vagina issues just frustrating the hell out of me and shit like that. When the fuck act like that? Do men do that? Do men just go around saying, oh, you shouldn't be interested in that nigga? His dick too big. Like fuck. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.